Is your body ready for some actual garbage bitrate? Is the bitrate being less garbage? Oops, you don't need to see that. Is the bitrate being less garbage? Oh, never mind. The bitrate is not being less garbage. All right. So, a lot of people have been asking about how do you make macros in Knox app player? How do you collect the candies and stuff? It's pretty much the same as any other event, except it sucks, unlike the other events. So, all you really do is use this thing called the Knox app player. You click the little record button, and you record your taps. And I like to tap in a little pattern like this, of a little box pattern where the jellyfish spawn. Then you hit stop. Then what you want to do is loop until, and you maybe do it twice as fast in the replay, and then it just replays your taps like this. The reason you want to do it in the pattern that I did is because that's where jellyfish swim. If you give me just a second here, let me store all of my fish and pop out some jellyfish. This is not really the best way to get currency right now. How do I... Yeah, here's some jellyfish. Everybody in the chat. Have you ever played My Singing Monsters? I've seen ads for that, but no, I haven't played it. I'm not actually a huge mobile game fan, especially not after this disaster. I actually stopped playing most mobile games, and I just decided, alright, I'm only gonna play a couple things in AbyssRium, because AbyssRium, like, I make the guide, and it, like, usually doesn't suck. And then it started to suck, so that's great. But yeah, this is how you do the macro thing like I was talking about. Also, something a lot of people have been doing is just telling the devs they lost roses and just being like, hey, I got a bug and it said the event was over and I lost 100,000 roses. Can you send those back? And here's my user tag. And the devs just give them. I'm not going to say that that's exactly ethical to do, but I'm certainly not going to say that's unethical to do, considering the event. I mean, the devs on Facebook straight up said, if you're rude to us, we'll be rude to you. So the devs were already rude to you, so I don't really see a reason not to be rude to them. So yeah, if you want to just message the devs. Or you can just do the macro like I'm showing you now. That was kind of what I was showing you. This is a thing called Knox App Player. I already have a video on it. And you just... Oh wait, it's a little bit small. Let me... show you more of the tank there. Oh, stupid taskbar. Hold on. Yes, Parker, I know. I know. Hello, yes, excuse. Please. I'm doing things. Yes, I know. Alright. There we go. Okay. But yeah, all you do in Knox App Player is you just you just click the record button, you click a bunch of times, you hit the stop button, and then it loops those clicks. That's all you gotta do. If you have PC or Mac, you can do this. All you gotta do is download Knox App Player. Wonderful. Mediacom is tremendous. You probably couldn't hear what I said because Mediacom died. Again, I can't believe I pay $80 for this actual garbage. Sorry, this is... I'm streaming at DSL, sub-DSL speeds, and I still drop frames. I still drop every frame, all the time, forever. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, but that's how you use macros. It really isn't hard. If you have a PC, seriously, just download Knox App Player, install, log into your Google account with it, or make a Google account. If you have Facebook or make a fake Facebook, you can transfer over your save. It really is not hard. It really is not technical. Anybody who has ever touched a phone can do it, trust me. No, by PC, I mean anything with a Windows or Mac operating system. Any form of computer that has a keyboard on it. I mean, maybe not Linux. Maybe you could run it with Wine, though. I don't know. But yeah. Hey, Grayson. There's no tips for the Marlins. It's random garbage. Before this update, the Marlins were the worst thing in the game. Now the Marlins seem almost innocuous. But no, the Marlins are garbage. There's no tips. It's just random. You can search Star Stripe Marlins AbyssRium, you'll find my guide. There's a bunch of information there, but it's all basically useless. It's all factual and correct, but it's just random, so none of that information really helps you. It's just to dispel conspiracy theories people have. Anyway, the real reason I was going to do this stream now, I'm actually going to start playing some .hack GU recode, last recode, but I wanted to show you how easy this bug is. So what we're going to do, I'm not sure when to start this macro here, but what I'm going to do is record a macro of me doing the date and time exploit. So what we're going to do, okay, central time. I guess we're going to start from opening AbyssRium. So we open AbyssRium. Maru. Parker is assisting. What did you do? He moved a thing. That is the opposite of assisting. Why is this so small? Hold on. There we go. The funniest thing about this event is that the Marlin complaints have virtually gone away. Yeah, the Marlin is no longer the worst thing about the game. Isn't that great now? Alright. So we open the game. Get platypus, small barrel sponge, cool. Send exploration platypus. Off he goes. Close thing. This is how to do the time zone exploit, by the way. Isn't this event fun? Is this not fun? Are you having fun? Did you bring all your fish with tentacles? What? I don't understand what chat is doing. I don't think so. Just try to be in the app long as possible. Yeah, there's nothing you can do really about the Marlin. Oh, there's many things beyond garbage about the event. Like, this Gashapon is garbage. Like, you probably only like it because of the exploit. Like, if you had to do this even remotely fairly, it would be super garbo. Plus, there's no event things. There's no hidden fish. There's no... I mean, come on. The most fun thing about every event was the goddamn hidden fish, and they're gone now. What actual garbage? What actual hot roasting on a summer day garbage? Central time. Alright. That should be a macro. You didn't see, but I had the macro thing going. So, we're going to set this to loop until the button is pressed, and we're just going to replay those things I did. And if I did this all right, which it's possible I didn't, it should just loop over and over and do this stupid exploit completely hands off. Yeah, no, like I said, Mediacom is dog shit garbage, and I literally cannot stream any better than I am right now. It's just, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm streaming at DSL quality. I pay $80 for cable internet, 200 megabits down, and this is the up that I get right now. And they lied and said that it was my stuff, and then they checked it out, and it was not my stuff. Ah, fucking hell. The stupid... Okay, so the stupid 2017 Valentine's fish will be a problem to some extent. Okay, hold on. Ah, fuck! I hate... The 2017 fish are such garbage that they actually screw this macro up a little bit. God damn. Okay, I'm gonna ban you if you keep talking about the lag. Seriously. This is not the time for that. I'm in a really bad mood and my internet sucks. I know it sucks. Just shut up about it, please. Seriously. Alright. So the problem with the 2017 fish is it kind of throws off your macro. You've done 200 pulls and no heart whale. See, that's why somebody said this event doesn't suck, other than the rose thing. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. This event is fucking garbage. Anything with Gashapon is inherently garbage, and this is a particularly poor Gashapon. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood, but I'm sure you can tell why. See, all I'm doing is just letting this macro go. I have to interject anytime a stupid 2000... Oh, fucking hell. Mediacom. Mediacom, please. I have to interject every time a 2017 fish happens. Come on, replay. There you go. But other than that, it's like flawless. It's amazing. All you have to do... This Okay, so I posted this on Reddit, but here is the entirety of this event. Step 1, open the game. Step 2, notice that all of your roses have been wiped. Step 3, go on Facebook and tell the devs you lost 100,000 roses. Step 4, change your time zone 100 times. Step 5, you are done. So yeah, that's the entire event. Lie to the devs, change your time zone 100 times, done. Amazing. Tremendous. Oh, shit. Wait, I think the thing is out of sync. Okay, now it should get back on track. Bring out all my fish with tentacles. It's not really a very pointful thing to do. It's not really the point of this stream. You have less than a 1 in 100,000 chance to get the 1,000-year-old. You did not barely miss it. Those slots lie to you. All Gashapon are garbage, like I said. Fucking hell. Mediacom, god damn it. The luck shell lies to you when it says that you can get the, Captain Toast, just tell them you lost 100,000. They just give them to people. There's no reason to respect the developers at this point. A 1,000-year-old is less than a 1,000-year-old blue whale. There's a less than 100,000 chance to get it. And the near miss thing. Oh, great, it crashed. What a good app. Oh, what is it doing now? The amount of bugs in this app are preventing me from exploiting it. But yeah, the near miss slots in the luck shell are actually lies. They have a different spawn chance. This was proven on Reddit. Somebody ran the numbers, and yeah, it's all a huge fucking lie. The devs hate you and lie to you, and that's all there really is to it. I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but yeah. The devs basically think you're an idiot, piece of shit, garbage, loser with a wallet, and all they want is the wallet from you. So remember, please remember, the developers still have not gone back on any part of this event other than the deleting candies thing. Message them on Facebook. Tell them this isn't okay. No part of this event is okay other than the fish and the expand decoration things. That is actually... Oh yeah, that was Grayson in the chat. I think somebody else ran some different numbers, but yeah. So yeah, the luck shell lies to you. It's all filthy lies. Wait, hold up. I think if I do this now, it'll be in sync again. So the macro is a little harder than I thought because A, the 2017 fish screw it up, and B, if the app crashes, it screws it up. And it's AbyssRium, so it will crash. But this still does let me just like, I'm just letting this macro here kind of do its little thinger-dinger. And I'm barely clicking at all, so it's still a lot easier than, you know, actually doing the thing for 2 hours like I did in the last stream. See, I'm not even touching the game right now. I'm actually playing .hack.gu last recode on my PS4 while I read chat and talk. Will I stay with the game? Probably not, unless they start making the other events suck less. I watch .hack. I don't really watch any form of TV. The event coral stuff is neat, but like, that is not like a primary aspect of, like, if the platypus thing and the event coral was like a supplement to a main event, I think this would be great if it wasn't Gashapon. It being Gashapon kind of just makes it inherently bad. Gasha's BS sucks even more. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. The Gasha sucks the better the items are. Gasha is so bad that you don't want things. You don't want there to be good things in the Gashapon because it's a Gashapon. So you might not ever be able to get it by pure randomness. It's basically the striped marlin. Imagine if everything in this event were just like the striped marlin, because the striped marlin is basically a Gashapon. It's purely random and you have to wait 30 minutes each time. That's why the striped marlin sucks so bad. It's a Gashapon. I have just had a revelation. No wonder the striped marlin was bad. It was the first and originally only gashapon in the game. That's why it's bad. Yeah, just tell the devs that you lost 600 or 60,000 roses. That's about what you need to complete the event with this method. See, it's going fine now. It's doing its loop. It's like, the devs tried to screw you. I mean, they tried to screw you out of real money. You're just, you know, asking them to make the game playable. That's how I view this. At least the Star Stripe Marlin didn't want you to pay up. That is true. That's the one saving grace of the Marlin. How will they redo the Halloween event? I mean, at this point, I'm assuming there will just be a gashapon, and you'll just have even less chance of getting any given fish. It'll just be this event, but worse. I'm expecting, at this point, I'm fully expecting every following event to be this event, but worse. Because, yeah, until they get enough feedback and the revenue drops enough, I can only assume, like they said their intent was for events to be like this now. So there's not really any reason to believe we're gonna get anything but this kind of crap, which really is a shame. I'm happy to help, Reese. Yeah, the community, you all in chat, people that I've helped are really the only reason I even attempt to bother with this suddenly garbage game. It did not used to be garbage. I hesitate to call it garbage, but in its present state, this present event makes it garbage, and that is really unfortunate. It's shocking they didn't check or have any way of checking. I kind of think the devs are just getting so many requests, they're just like, just give them the thing. It's easier than to verify. Because, I mean, there is genuinely a bug that deletes a lot of people's roses. If you go into VR mode or into the Facebook thing, it can delete your roses, by the way. So don't do that. Or do that if you want to, you know, have your roses deleted and tell them to give you a bunch more roses. I don't care. I'm not going to stop you. You don't need to actually have your roses deleted, though. Valentine's Marlin. Oh yeah, there is a Valentine's Marlin. This macro is actually working fine. I haven't even been watching it. I've been, like I said, I'm playing .hack over here. I'm trying to find this stupid, this like phantom PK thing, the doppelganger. If anybody's played .hack GU. I never found that in my first playthrough. It sounds like it's really... like hard to achieve. Like you have to wait around in a field for like 8 minutes without hitting any enemies, and I've beat this whole series on PlayStation 2 and I never saw that. Oh yeah, the Star Stripe Marlin was a huge train wreck. That was the devs like biggest screw up until this. Though personally, the luck shell was always my least favorite thing. I had to mess around with my audio inputs so you wouldn't hear me playing .hack, but I have my... Don't let anybody tell you that recording stuff for YouTube is easy. There are a lot of inputs and a lot of outputs, and everything has to be just right. But when you do have it just right, you can do what I'm doing now and play, you know, on your PS4 while you're exploiting some stupid mobile game on your PC and streaming it. Oh yeah, the mimic things are cool. That's the problem. This event is extra frustrating because the fish themselves are good. There's too few fish though. There's only 8 fish, and there's no hidden fish. That's one of my biggest complaints. Even if they fix the Song of the Moon thing and remove the gashapon, there's no hidden fish. That was my favorite part of every event. Get the hidden fish. Do the silly things. Try it. You know, hold your phone upside down and tap the bottom corner of the screen and see if it does anything. You know, all of the silly, dumb stuff you could do to unlock stuff. Toy chain. Oh yeah, the toy chain, or the the toy train was their best gashapon because it wasn't... I made an article on my site actually. If you should go to sirtabdab.com, I have an article on loot boxes and making them suck less, which is a Herculean task, I know, but the toy box or the toy train thing was nice because if you did a spin, you know, X number of times, you were guaranteed at least one of each fish. and it was fairly reasonable other than the very last item, because you couldn't miss very many things. Okay, here's the moment of truth. I want to see if it gets back on track after getting screwed up because of the Valentine's fish. I think it might. And I'm sorry if I miss things in chat. The chat is a lot more active than it ever is, and I might miss a couple things. But there's 8 fish and 10 corals. Yeah, the corals aren't really a replacement for fish, though. Not for me. I do like that you get little expand mode versions of some of the fish post-game, though. This would have been a great supplemental to a regular event. If you remove the Gashapon and the Song of the Moon thing. So here's the problem with the Song of the Moon thing. Now that event candies carry over, old players have a permanent advantage over new players because we have candies stored up and they don't. And without Song of the Moon, they'll never be able to match our amount of stored candies. So they just guaranteed that we have a permanent advantage, which we don't really want. Okay, it does get back on track. Kind of. Wait, no. Maybe. Let me let it go for a couple more loops and we'll see if it's back on track. But yeah, if they bring back Song of the Moon, Song of the Moon was the Song of the Moon thing was fun, and it made the event actually have gameplay, because what you had to do was you would strategically use your 10 minutes of free Spirit of Life, use Song of the Moon, and you would put out your jellyfish so you could tap and you can get like a couple thousand candies in one quick go. And it was actual gameplay. Oh, screw off, Heart Sea Dragon. I actually like the Sea Dragons a lot, but the 2017 fish just infuriate me now. Yeah, the new players are now permanently screwed unless they bring back the Song of the Moon thing. That's the hilarious part. That's just tremendous. So the change they already made that gives you the whatchamacallits. The change they made that gives the doesn't erase the currency. It doesn't really change much. Only giving back Song of the Moon fixes it now. Think if the platypus was used for only corals and the candies were for fish, that would suck less. Yes, agreed. I think that would be a really good way to split it up. Like I said, it's a good supplement. So yeah, it's app crashed again. I think it should like try to close the app though. So maybe my macro already deals with this. Oh, no, it doesn't. What is it doing? Let me pause the macro. I think Knox app player actually crashed. It's just black. Let me just restart it. So yeah, the game does kind of crash in Knox app player sometimes. I don't know, you just heard what I said because of Medicom screwing up. Oh my gosh. Or, oh no, when we say they got rid of Song of the Moon, we mean it doesn't affect candies anymore. It's not completely gone, but it's only for vitality. But yeah, that was a terrible idea. That's like erasing the candies almost makes sense. Like that makes sense from like a game design, or not a game design, but like a monetization design. Oh, hey, we want players to, you know, really want that $10 in-app purchase fish every time. I think I have to totally restart Knox app player. So yeah, Knox is a little bit off, for Pete's sake. I think, I can't tell if it's Knox or AbyssRium's fault, but Knox plus AbyssRium lately seems to cause problems. Hold on. See, it gets stuck. Alright, can I restart it now? What do you mean exiting Knox? Oh, you're not exiting Knox, you're stuck. Alright. So, this is still a lot faster than playing legit, even though it's a little bit flubby. Odds for 2017 fish are so bad, it's kind of shitty. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The odds for the Gashapon this time, they're actually not much better than the luck shell. With the I've said this so many times, but the Valentine or the Christmas event really was just kind of like perfect. It was just how this thing should have been. The Gashapon was reasonable. You had a guaranteed chance of getting all of the stuff. You had regular gameplay for the fish. Start up that macro again. That was so much better. Even Knox doesn't want to play AbyssRium. Agreed. I agree with Knox. This update is so buggy. Yeah, there's so many bugs. Yeah, there's like I was trying to say earlier, there's actually bugs in this game where if you go into VR mode or visit your Facebook friends tanks, it might just straight up erase your candies. So that's cool. There's obviously the exploit that I'm abusing now. Shut up, Vitality thing. I hate that thing. Hello? Hello? Do not kiss the mic, please. Ugh, so get your tail in my face. Would you please sit down? Oh man, the bitrate. Canonically, the Christmas event was the last event. Agreed. And they tried that mini event thing. I think that was an okay idea, but the requirements for the mini event stuff was so boring. It was just like, play the game for 5 days. Isn't that exciting? It's like they want you to just play the game more. They don't want you to actually, or no, excuse me. They want you to open the app more. They don't want you to play the game. They just want you to open the app a large amount of times. The amount of playing required for this event is zero. There's nothing to play. It's playing itself. Fusion fish are from the last update. That's where you, oh yeah, the fusion fish, there were new fusion fish in the last normal update. The fusion fish have nothing to do with Valentine's update. The fusion fish update was good. That was the fusion fish were okay. You'll never be like disqualified from getting the striped marlin. So sorry, it's oh, there he is. So don't worry. I mean, you'll eventually be able to get it. Like, it's not like you have it one chance to get it, one opportunity, and that you'll never get it again. No, it just keeps coming. It's just really rare and stupid. Oh, sweet! I finally found the doppelganger in .hack. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah. What is he doing in the settings? This is the exploit. Did you... just go to sirtaptap.com. There's a guide on this event and it explains the exploit. That's what it's doing. Literally all you have to do in this event is change your time zone settings and it makes the platypus come back. And so you can complete the event in 2 hours, which I actually did last live stream. So now I'm just doing it to show that you can use a macro to do the same thing with like no effort at all. Best event. Isn't this fun? Are you having fun? Please tell me how much fun this is. I'm having fun because that's because I'm playing an actual video game over here. It's it makes a lot of sense that their name is Cheetah Mobile. They are cheaters. But yeah, the Marlin is just totally random. Like I said, it's the original Gashapon. It just didn't let you use money. Yeah, I don't want this game to, like, I'm saying a lot of, you know, aggressive things and stuff. I don't want this game to suck. I don't I don't enjoy this game being bad. I really enjoy... did it crash again? I think AbyssRium crashed this time. Yeah, it does just crash sometimes. I want them to just be like, okay, this was a complete disaster. This is not something that we can do. We're going to take our events back to normal, but we're going to have a supplemental thing in the next thing that lets you, you know, get some coral reef stuff. Like, I like the expand thing. That was a good idea. But don't make it a stupid gashapon that is unfair. Like I said, so some quick math on this update. The amount of roses you need is 50,000. You need 100 gashapon pulls on average. So you need 50,000 roses. Oh, screw off vitality thing. I hate that thing so much. Okay, now the macro is off because of that. I hate that vitality notification so much. They should let you turn that off. The amount of vitality you get from coral is butts. It's butts quantity. There's no reason for it to stop your game just to show you that garbage. Hey, Blake. So yeah, you need 50,000 roses, which you get 20 roses per minute if you tap every single bubble that appears. So you need to tap for 84 hours straight in order to get all of the roses. Then you need to do the gashapon 100 times. That's 3 hours each pull. So that is 300 hours or 12 days if you are a robot and do not sleep. So that's great. So, yeah, that is 4 days of pure tapping, never waiting even a moment, and then 12 more days of waiting on gashapon, which is an extremely reasonable event if you are a Google robot. So I think this game was designed for Google's demonetization AI. I think Google's demonetization AI on YouTube is the only thing, the only semi-sentient thing that has ever enjoyed this event. But, well, like you can see now, would you please launch and not crash? I think it needs a reboot or something. The sad thing is, even with the crashes and reboots, this is still faster. This is still way better than the actual event. Not sure you saw, but someone actually managed to report the terms of service to the App Store, and all they did was refund their auto-harvest purchase. Oh, the thing with reporting apps on the App Store is you can only report past purchases. And so, why are the icons different? Why does Knox do that? I don't know if this will work now. Wait, what app did it launch? Okay, it'll still work. Let me set this up again. This probably isn't a like absolutely perfect macro, but it works. So yeah, set your Central America. I don't actually need any more of the fish. I'm just doing this to show how easy it is to make fun of this stupid garbage update. So I did that trick, changing time zone. Now platypus is swimming. No, Julidia, just press the button that says complete now. It will give you the thing. If the time thing says anything over 3 hours, just press complete now and it will give you the item for free. If you watch the macro as it plays, it is actually doing exactly that. It goes back in time, but you just press the thing and it gives it to you. It's fine. And it won't cost pearls. It will cost pearls if it's like if you haven't changed the time zone at all. Oh, fuck off. That oh my god. That vitality notification is completely infuriating. What is it doing? App no, I don't want fake go. Do not give me other gashapon garbage. How dare you? Yeah, they told somebody on YouTube or on Facebook to delete the game, which is just tremendous. I mean, in a way, I agree with them. You should delete the game. I deleted the game from my phone. You certainly shouldn't buy any more in-app purchases. And I would strongly recommend not watching any ads. This would only make sense for St. Patrick's Day because of luck. Agreed. I think the macro got off again. Okay, never mind, it's fine. Wait, why is that? Oh, it's because they have other things open. Okay. See, macros can be very sensitive because it needs this bitrate. Macros can be very sensitive because unless the menu is absolutely identical every time, it will get thrown off. So macros can require some babysitting and perfecting to get right. But the auto tap macro to get roses, is completely safe as long as you avoid the mystery chest. Oh, I thought it was frozen again. Clover angelfish. Yeah, I think we all know exactly what a like I do kind of agree that some of their events were getting kind of boring. It was just, you know, a seasonal thing. But you know what? The fall and Christmas events were great, and the Halloween one. The last 3 events have been great. They didn't need to change anything. If they wanted to get greedy, what they could have done, just make 2 $10 in-app purchase fish. Double your thing twice. And it wouldn't have been a big deal, okay? Star Wars Battlefront, but with fish. Exactly. That's what this is. A sense of pride and accomplishment. Setting up this macro to play the game itself gave me a sense of pride and accomplishment. I shouldn't say that so sarcastically, because I actually do feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Because I have successfully not been scammed by the devs, which does make me happy. See, breaking this event is better than the event. That's the true event. It's like the Kobayasha Maru. The event isn't possible. It's a test to see how you react to an impossible situation. So obviously I'm Captain Kirk. I just realized I'm Captain Kirk. They presented me with an impossible situation. And so what I did was I cheated. And I won. That's real Star Trek canon, by the way. He freaking cheated. I don't know why nobody will ever notice this. Because so Captain Kirk goes into the simulation that you have to fail, and he won, and nobody questioned this. Like I don't think Starfleet is very smart, frankly. I don't think they're giving us their best. Oh yeah, there is a compensation. That's just sorry you're so mad. That's for I think it froze again. The compensation in your inbox is just for the thing where they said they were going to delete all of your stuff, all of the roses. That's what that seems to be. But yeah, you got to go in your inbox and claim it. They didn't send a notification for it. It's yet another bug. I only have the game on my phone, so how can I get the devs to give me roses? Just tell the devs on Facebook that you lost 100,000 roses or so. Because of the bug. Never remember to praise Lord Tap Tap and the Great Parker. I think it needs a reboot again. I mean, this is... Remember, even with all of the crashes and reboots, this is infinitely faster. You can beat this event in 2 hours if you have enough roses to start with. Alright, let me set this up again. At some point, I'm going to stop this thing. Jane, stop this crazy thing. I'm going to stop this thing because I don't want it to eat up all of my roses. Because I do want them for next event. Because I have a strong suspicion they're not going to learn anything from this event. And they're just going to make another event that is just this, but like summer. Parker stopped bugging me. He's sitting around somewhere. Where did he go? I don't actually want him to come up here because he'd just interrupt. I'm already doing like 3 things at once, so adding 1 additional thing would be problematic. Was the compensation supposed to be given out to everyone? Did you check the inbox in-game? Everyone should have gotten it. Oh my god, this freaking... That stupid vitality notification. So if you were to set up this macro yourself, what you should do is click in the area of the vitality notification, like right here around the rows. It's really frustrating because the visual design of the game is still great. It's just they sent the gameplay to the crapper. Wait, is there compensation for everyone? I mean, it's not much. It's just 1,000 roses and 500 pearls. So that's not even 2 cents of the platypus that they gave you, and you need 100. They gave you 2% of this event for free. Generous. Tremendous. Though that is, if you're making expand decorations, that is actually an okay amount of stuff. Just don't use it for the event. Frankly, I don't think pearls should be anywhere near events, ever. That's just money grubbing. That just gives them reason to design the event to be bad. That's what, I covered this in my, so if you go to my site, I have this article called, How to Make Loot Boxes / Gashapon Suck Less. And one of the biggest things is it needs to not be for money. Because if your Gashapon can be sped up with money or whatever, you have extreme incentive to make it unfair. That's why gambling odds are never in the player's favor. That's why the house always wins. You're just making a gambling device when you do that. And I really do think Gashapon should be regulated like a gambling thing. The guy on Facebook was not rude. He said this event was fucking garbage. That was his crime. That was word for word. He said this event was fucking garbage. This event is fucking garbage. I said it. Don't set my time. What are you doing? The app it's gotten off. You cannot be in a PR role if you can't deal with somebody saying the word fuck. Frankly, you can't be in human society. If you can't deal with somebody saying fuck, you need to leave the planet and go into the sun, because you're not going to be able to live here. You are not going to be able to survive. Okay? If that is so offensive that you just curl up into a little ball and die because somebody said the big naughty cuss, you are not fit for human society. You will not be able to live a successful life. I'm sorry. But additionally so, when you're in PR, when your app fucks people over, they're going to be mad and they're going to cuss. And you got to be like, I'm so sorry that we have upset you. What can we do? How would you prefer that we handle this situation? You got to be nice. That is your fucking job. That's your fucking job, dude. Your fucking job is people will be rude to you, and your job is to attempt to make them less mad. That's your job. Customer is always right. Even when they're being an idiot, and that person was not being an idiot. They were being a little bit rude. Like, but this is an event that's trying to scam him out of money, and he's mad because they're trying to scam him out of money. That is completely reasonable behavior. If you can't handle that, like I said, get into the sea. Get into the actual sea. The exact quote was, "You fucked up. This update is trash." No lies. Zero lies. Factually, objectively correct statement. 1, they fucked up. True. 2, the update is trash. Both objectively correct. I'm sorry. That guy did nothing wrong. Like, if I put it on a blast every time they put me on cuss, I would get fired. I would get so fucking fired. If somebody like told me to do a thing at my job, and I was like, no, I'd be rude to you. Delete your accounting system. I would be fired. Like, you cannot do that at any job. Will the 500A roses thing still work if we use the in-game bug report? Yeah, that just sends them an email. They do respond faster on Facebook, which is why I always recommend that. But the email, it's the same thing basically. It's just maybe a little slower. Ugh. Whatever, I'm just gonna let it go. How many pearl? Okay, I'm gonna stop it once if I get to below 500,000 roses. I'm gonna stop because. Wait, what are you doing? Why are you in the wrong app? Oh, for fuck's sake. The things screw it up so much. The fact that people are... Yeah, there's people praising the devs on Facebook for being rude. I don't understand the human species. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, what went? Ugh. The 2017 fish are the absolute worst thing. When you get the 2017 fish, it's supposed to be a bonus. It's supposed to be like, oh yay, I can complete the last event in this one too. Hooray! But instead it's just a penalty. It's like, hey, you thought you were gonna get the mimic octopus. Isn't that right, you stupid little bitch? But instead, you're getting the hard angelfish. Nice try. Next time, loser. It's just spitting in your face and rubbing the spit into your eye sockets to give you pink eye. That's what it's doing every time it gives you a 2017 fish. That's what it's doing. And they think the word fuck is rude while they're doing that. Christ. Alright, let me try and reset this. I think I might disable the macro, because I might just might make this just a rant stream, because I don't really care about the thing. I mean, the angelfish alone is neat, but I had over 20 when I started this event. I don't need it. I don't need it. Some people, yeah, there's always going to be shills. We have yelled at some shills. I've successfully made some shills quit, unsubscribe from our subreddit, which I'm very proud of. And one I banned for being a prick. Just, yeah. There was this guy who was just chilling really hard, and he was being a real jerk to everybody about it. Oh, it's out of sync. All right, that's enough of the macro, I think. We understand how the macro works. That's enough of that. I'm trying to play .hack over here, and I can't babysit the macro. I'm still going to chat and stuff and read the chat, but... Oh yeah, the thing, it is the weekend, so they may not respond to you immediately. They have been responding to people really fast because of how many people have been yelling at them, so like, they're like working overtime or something probably. But it is the weekend, so it may take a while. Their support is generally very slow. So I would expect garbage. So what fish should I take out, chat? That's another fun thing about this event is that you actually cannot store the Valentine's Reef. Even though it's a lot of fish, and it's usually, if it's a bug, it's actually out of view at all times. I wonder what performance impacts that has. Speaking of performances, save power, no it's not. Bitrate is still garbo. I just want to say, I'm streaming at 600 kilobytes per second, which is DSL speeds, and I'm still dropping 8% of frames because Mediacom is garbage. I pay $80 to get 20 megabits up, and I get less than 1/20th of that, in fact. So that's great. They're supposed to be investigating it. I don't believe them. But yeah, what fish should I take out? What if we complain to Cheetah Mobile? I mean, you could try. I would definitely message the devs directly too, but you could complain to Cheetah Mobile. They are the publisher. Like, Cheetah Mobile is probably who made them do this. Like, the original development team, if they haven't just, you know, driven off into the sunset, which I kind of assume maybe they have, they got acquired last year by Cheetah Mobile, by the way. And, or actually I think in 2016. And they're the ones who added the original Gashapon. They're the ones who added the pearls to make you spend more money. Cheetah Mobile is responsible for all of the bad stuff. Banded angelfish. Huh. Yeah, a lot of tropical fish are really expensive, so I'm not too surprised. I've always wanted to fish, but I've always had a cat. And that's, A, 2 pets to take care of, and B, Parker is disruptive if I have a glass of water. Can you imagine what he would do to a fish tank? But yeah. Oh, I forgot that was on. Sorry if you can hear my dehumidifier. Let me turn that down a bit. It's very dry season over here. Where are you, Perky? Cats are better. I do agree. Now I can start volume 2. Has anybody played .hack GU in the chat, by the way? That's what I'm actually playing over here. I wanted to 100% it, but getting some of the things. I just finished volume 1, and to 100% it, there's a couple of tasks that are just a little bit too much. Like getting one of every single weapon and stuff. It's a bit much for me. But, yeah, I'm just going to start volume 2 at this point. Pixel Gun developers. Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. But yeah, this is This app went from like one of the best mobile games, one of the least awful mobile games. It's like, it's straight up bait and switch, but they went from being one of the best to just being worse than average, which is for mobile really, really, really bad. Like even before, there was some nasty stuff. There was the $100 in-app purchase. That's still gross. There's really no time when that would not be gross. 2 beta fish. Are those the fish that like fight each other? Or are those just like the little neon thingy dingies? I don't remember the names of fish. Convert volume 1. There, yes. My grade school had some fish tank. In a couple of my classes, a couple of my teachers had fish. And that was really cool. Fish are really cool if somebody else has them. And you go over to their house and you look at the fish for a few minutes. I suggest everyone who is not me should own fish so I can look at your fish. But I don't have to take care of the fish. That is my suggestion. Hey, Raven. Beta fish versus AbyssRium team. Oh, that is the fighting fish then. Alright. That's what I thought. Alright, what fish should I take out? Somebody was begging me for take fish, and then when I was doing a thing, somebody was like, oh, take out the fish. And now that I'm like, what fish should I take out? Dead silence. Man, fish are cool. I used to have a beta. Yeah, beta fish are, those are very pretty ones, right? They have like the fish things, the like long, the fins, you know. Yes, descriptive. The fish with the fins, right? Yeah, and the gills? And the scales. You know the ones I mean. Yes, I can see everybody's comments. Oh, the whale. I don't have... I've only paid $5 in this game. And I actually asked them to refund it because of this garbage. They didn't, of course, but... Which I expected, but... The point was made. I think I need to go to Raven. Betas are expensive. Yeah, I don't have package fish. All I have is this little loser. And I mostly bought him just to test exactly how the purchasing stuff works. By the way, do not buy in-app purchases anymore in this game. Not until the devs decide... I mean, the publisher, really. But, like I said, it's probably the publisher who was telling them to do all of the awful stuff. It is probably not. You know what? You know what? Valentine's is canceled. Valentine's is canceled. We're going back. We're going back to a time when events did not suck. Going back to Christmas, everybody. That's what we're doing. We're gonna take out all of our Christmas crap. Take out the Christmas tree again. See, the Christmas event was so good, they even made 3 different cheapest fish. Which means you don't have to have 50 of the same fish. They did so well. What happened? I mean, greed happened. I know exactly what happened. But still. Ugh. Pop out all of these little thinger-dingers. Snowflake jellyfish. You can tell I like the jellyfish. Heck, if I knew this was going to be the last good event, I would have gotten like 100. Here's the thing about what, like, oh, it's unfair for players that have high-level Song of the Moon. It's like, players, for one thing, it's a single-player game. Who gives a crap? But another thing is, like, a lot of players would do things like they would get 150 or 105 of each fish just to say they could. And they had fun. They enjoyed doing that. A lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few people on the Reddit did that. It's like, what is your opposition to those people having fun? Why can't those people have fun? I think those people should be allowed to have fun in a video game. This may be a controversial opinion, but I think a video game should occasionally allow a player to have fun, perhaps, sometimes, you know. Just maybe once in a while. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna live for like 10 years because of 400 and most of those a couple months. Huh. Is there any updates to this game you would want? Well, in the past, I would have wanted, I was really wanted a prehistoric fish event and like a, an event where there's deep sea fish. But now they would probably be like, oh, spend $1,800 for a single gashapon pull, then wait 48 months and you get a 1% chance of you know, a plesiosaur or something. And like, no thanks. No thanks. I'm good. Just delete. I'm just fine with the devs deleting their account at this point. I don't... Like, if they can fix it, good. I want them to fix it. I just have exactly 0 faith. I have -1 faith that they will fix it, honestly. Is it possible to skip time at playing the game at mobile? I don't know what you mean. If you mean, can you do the time zone exploit on mobile? Yes. This game is only mobile. Anything you see me do here, other than the macro recorder, you can do on mobile. This is the mobile game. There's only the mobile game. But yeah, prehistoric fish and deep sea fish. Because, I mean, it's a game called AbyssRium. And there's like 5 fish that are abyssal in nature. And there's like 2 bioluminescent fish. That's... Come on, man. But like I said, I don't really want there to be really cool fish. And then there's gashapon garbage. Where you... let me say again. The total cost of this event, if you wanted to skip it with pearls, $2,700 to skip all of the required gashapon pulls. Region updates like Hawaiian reef fish, Red Sea fish. That would be cool. Yeah, I would love prehistoric fish if they could make a not good or a not bad event. Yeah, AbyssRium on Switch is like a huge question mark now. Like, what happened? Everyone was like, oh, maybe we're going to get a version that doesn't have, you know, any of the free-to-play sort of stuff. And, you know, it'll be all enjoyable. And maybe it won't require so much tapping and take so long. It's like, oh. And then this comes out. And we're like, Like, what is the Switch version going to be like? Is it going to be Valentine's Event 2? Yeah, $2,700 is the amount of, like, this is why, like I said, you can't involve pearls in the events. Otherwise, you have a strong incentive to make it unfair. Because you know some dumb whale, some poor, pathetic soul with just enough money in their bank account that has not heard of the exploit is going to be like, well, I really want all these fish, but I don't want to do all this stuff. I'll just keep paying, and I won't notice how much I'm paying. And then they're going to be $3,000 lighter in their bank account. And I'd be like, well, I got a pair of pygmy whales. That's worth $3,000, right? Yeah, there's a Switch version. It's going to... I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't think I can review it in any good conscience. I don't... yeah. I mean, the Switch version could be like a premium app and there's no in-app purchase garbage. That's the dream. That's the dream team. But I genuinely doubt. I just can't assume that these people will do anything good ever again. That's not a reasonable assumption anymore. Yeah, the train thing was fine because it was so easy. It was 3 things a day. There was no waiting other than, you know, between days. You didn't have to, like, constantly check it every moment of every, you know, second. I'm a cat person. Is the last fish egg you need to get the rarest to get? We don't know because the gashapon chances aren't listed, which is illegal in China. This game is illegal in the region of its publisher's operation. Cheetah Mobile is a Chinese company, and this update has a gashapon that's illegal in China. That's amazing. I would easily spend 10, 20 bucks on a version of this game that had absolutely no bullshit. Games should not have bullshit. And I easily would pay a premium for a version with no bullshit. Give me a $20 Switch-only version that lets you make any of the premium fish, any event stuff, no bullshit. No 6-month wait to get to DL Vitality. None of this gashapon. No random chance at all. Nothing random. Paid games shouldn't have random rewards. I thought I was a fish person. Actually, other than this game, I'm not really super into fish. I mean, they are neat, but my problem with fish, I cannot swim, or I can swim, but I do not float. I just go right down in water. So like, I actually took swim lessons and everything, but something is wrong with my body's buoyancy, and I just do not stay at the surface of the water, so. Me knowing how to swim does not really help, because I can only swim at the bottom of the water, which is not a good place to swim, unless you're a fish. This may surprise you, but I'm not, in fact, a fish. Oh yeah, Endless Ocean is cool. I sold my game. I was a poor college student at the time, so I got it and played it a lot. If that's the one I'm thinking of, that's the Wii one, right? I played that a lot, but then I sold it to get some other game. I wish I had it now, but I think that's the Wii game. Tried getting to release the past event fish. Pretty sure it was like Vitality, you get it 50% of the time. Yeah, somebody did run some numbers on the Reddit. I would post a link in chat, but YouTube broke links in chat, so you'd just be like, oh no, that's a 404, even though the link is right. So, I don't know why they can't fix that. Like, people try to do raids on YouTube, like, well, they'll be like, okay, everybody go in this guy's chat and be like, hi, because, you know, they're ending the stream and they want you to go visit their friend who's streaming a cool game, right? So they post a link in chat, and it doesn't work. The link is correct, but YouTube breaks it somehow. I would never normally be for hacks of a game like this. Like, it used to be a good game. But if somebody could make, like, a private server or whatever version of AbyssRium, I would actually be totally down for that at this point. I was actually super into this game because, like, I like fish tanks. I like the concept of owning fish. I just don't like the amount of work involved. So, like, this was, like, the perfect game for me. It's a mobile game that is not complete bullshit. It has really cool low poly art. And it's like a fish tank, but it has actual gameplay, unlike a lot of fish tank games. I downloaded a whole bunch of fish tank games on my phone when I first got a smartphone. And most of them just, you know, they're just a boring grind to, like, watch ads once a day and maybe get, like, half of a fish. A third have been 2017 fish? Dang. It is fairly common. You are unlucky. I don't think that's how unlucky I got, but somebody does have some whatchamacallit. Somebody has some numbers on which fish they got. I did not count them because I was way too angry for anything like that. I don't like running the stats on stuff like that, even on a good day, but for an event like this. Any tips on getting the event in the corner? There's a bug that lets you just place the event thing anywhere. Just put the thing exactly where you want, the coral reef. Ignore that it says to not put it there, and just mash the checkmark button. It will eventually let you go. It will eventually just let you do it. Captain Toast, just change the event. Just change time zone again. Or just try tapping the button. It will probably give it to you. Like, there is no breaking the timer. Just tap the button. It will just let you do it. Like, it's amazing. Like I said last stream, the bugs are now better than the devs at making good gameplay. Fire the devs, hire the bugs. The bugs understand us players better than the devs now. So far we've gotten one new fish and one old fish. The odds are 50. Yeah, you can't quite guess the estimates at that low. You need the problem with statistics. You really need like 100 trials is really bare minimum for anything even approaching accuracy. Really, you kind of want like 1,000 trials, but that's kind of unreasonable in most situations unless you can automate it or simulate it. And if you could simulate it, you probably already know the odds. So, done 200 pulls, 2 whale sharks, no heart whales. Yeah, see, I think the whale and whale shark, I would guess their odds are like 1%. Should I get this update at all? I would fully support boycotting even updating the game or just deleting the game. Some people have. I deleted it from my own phone. I only run it so I can tell people how to break it at this point. It's up to you. There are ways, like I just showed. You can just say, "Hey, screw you" to the unnecessary requirements, and just like, rush through it. If you have enough roses, anyway. If you have enough stuff saved up from prior events, you can burn through it in 2 hours using the time zone trick. So if that sounds okay to you, then maybe try it. But if you don't have any roses, I wouldn't say it's really worth even trying. Unless you want to just tell the devs that you lost stuff, so they give you stuff. Because that apparently just works. Got the whale shark and pink whale shark as soon as I complain about Valentine. Huh. Yeah, somebody's always going to get lucky, of course. Oh, wrong thing. So one of my PS4 controllers, it was the white one. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. But I forgot to use it for a while because I had assigned it as like my dedicated PC controller and I didn't use it for a long time. And a couple of the buttons stick and like they get stiff. They get a little bit less stiff after you press them the first time in a day. They kind of get stiff again. I don't know what that is. I've had some like super old controllers that never really get like that. I don't know what the deal is. And it's only certain buttons too. I've sort of decrustified the D-pad. The D-pad works fine. But the PlayStation button, which I don't really have reason to press very often, it's really stiff, and I don't know why. Like, I have PlayStation 3 controllers that are, like, 10 years old at this point, and they don't do that. Hey, Lala. Farming this event is virtually impossible. Yeah, without Song of the Moon, this makes no sense. So they said this event was fair. So, like, part of the reason I'm so mad at the devs, their reason... Tremendous. Oh, are we back? Mediacom, please. Mediacom, please. Okay, I think it's back. Look at that beautiful message in the chat there. I think I have to refresh the on-screen chat thing. I think it's dead. Yeah, it's dead. How do we refresh? Fresh cache of current page. There we go. I think we're back. Yeah, Mediacom is terrible. And they won't fix my stuff. So Netgear emailed me, and they have this router thing, this fancy Nighthawk gaming router, $300. They sent me a review unit. It's for gaming, it's for streaming. It has all of these super cool features. It has a lot of features I've wanted in a router for a long time. It's really slick. I just got it yesterday and set it up. I can't use it. I can't use half of the features because I'm not getting more than 1 megabyte per second up. So yeah, I have the $300 router. I can't properly review until Mediacom fixes their crap. I would strongly recommend using the macro at this point. By the way, if you don't want to just tell the devs that your roses got deleted, so give me 500,000 roses, which I'm not going to stop you from doing. By the way, but yeah, doing a macro if you can is much preferable to playing it normally. The thing is, like, so in the old events, you did have a strong advantage if you were a long-time player and you had a high-level Song of the Moon, or if you if you were to use a macro. But now, you don't even have a chance. The thing they said was making it more fair. To make it more fair, they actually made it so that if you do not use a macro, you don't have a chance anymore. They've made it even more unfair. They have made it so that if you are not basically cheating, you can't possibly complete the events ever in your entire goddamn life. 84 hours. It takes 84 hours of tapping to get the stuff you need. Knox won't work for me. I mean, you could always just download an APK or something. Like, if you're already using Knox, you probably know how to do that. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, the update should be in Knox app player. Like, that's what I'm recording in right now. Like, I use Knox app player just to, just because it's easy to record. Because recording on mobile is bad, especially if you need sound. I have a whole complicated setup if I need to record on mobile. Basically, I record the video on mobile, then I record the audio on my PC, and then I have to mix the two together and not desync, and it's annoying. But like, the only way to reasonably complete this is to cheat. Like, they as far as I'm concerned, they basically want you to cheat. They just want you to cheat with money. But I don't see any reason not to cheat with brains. TBH, if you've been playing a game for over 2 years, you should have an advantage over people just starting the game. Agreed! That's what makes it like a video game. Like, whoa. I don't think the event should be completely unfair, like impossible for new players. But like, if you've been playing for a long time, you kind of should. Like, what other game would that even be a thing? Where like, no. Everyone has equal chance to win. It's called gambling, by the way. If skill has absolutely no part in who wins or not, that's called a game of chance, aka gambling. So, which Gashapon. So I mean, it is gambling. They want to make a gambling app. It's like Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's just a casino that's fish themed. It's all it really is at that point. Which is why I really hope. I'm not a big fan of regulation and stuff, like just in general, but like some things obviously do deserve to be regulated, and gambling for kids is a big thing that I'm like, yeah, you need to not be able to do that. This event is equal, the event is not fair. Don't mix them up. Yeah, this event is, everything is equally bad. Everything is equally unfair. It is well... Actually, it's still not quite equal, because as long as you have, you know, a computer to do your thing for you, to auto-click. Yeah. It's a new coral reef float. No, because the coral reef, the Valentine's reef does not place on anything but the base terrain tile. So no, you can't place it on top of other stuff. Which is why it's kind of inside the ground, if you notice. Stuff from the Cambrian explosion? Totally. There's so much cool prehistoric stuff they could put in the game, but then... what if it's like this? All of this streaming is destroying my voice, by the way. I might have to talk a little bit less. Let's see if I have a cough drop around here. Yeah, here's the thing about fairness and new players. Anyone who starts even in the middle of the event, they can get Song of the Moon in like under a week. Honestly, if it takes you more than 2 days to get Song of the Moon, you probably didn't actually play very much. And if you can't unlock Song of the Moon during an event, you were never going to be able to beat that event anyway. Like, it's not a matter of fairness. That's just, if you don't play the game, you're not going to get the things that you get for playing the game. That's just, that's almost a tautology there. like, you know, if you start in the middle of the event, you might have some trouble completely finishing it, but you will be ready for the next event and you will know what to do. I don't think that's really a huge problem. How large are the pair of pygmy right whales? They're pretty much the size of any normal whale in the game. Like Grayson said, they're about the size of the blue whale. So I mean, that's big, but I guess I could put out those whales. Those are the one whale or the one fish from this event. It's another odd thing about this event. There's only one fish that you can actually retract or pull out. Yeah, there's those pygmies way in the back there. Started playing the middle of the fall event and I got most of the fish. Yeah, it's totally possible. Like when I first started the Halloween event, I thought it was totally impossible. But then I started, we figured out that Song of the Moon worked to multiply the candies. Like, oh, that's how you do it. And then you just get better and better, you know, like a game. You figure out the way to do things and you get better at it as you play more. And then you unlock more things that let you play the game even better. And, you know, video games. I don't think there's problems. I don't think there's a big problem with this video game playing like a video game. Some may disagree. Such a beautiful event's really lacking customization. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Being able to jump in the middle of an event and be ready for the next event was one of the best things about the game. Yeah, being able to prepare for the next event is also really nice. So like in the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, like most mobile games, it deletes all of your currency. So like, even if I was really prepared with this event, if I accidentally joined the next event, even though I totally know what to do, if I join it too late or whatever, I might not. And also make sure to tell the devs on Facebook. Like, they're not going to change this unless they get an absolutely overwhelming deluge of feedback. The frame rate is dropping again. I can't do anything about that. That's just Mediacom. That's just plain old Mediacom. Wouldn't he be mad if they couldn't take away Song of the Moon? Yeah, this event is just not practical to do this event. This event was not designed in a way that's feasible without Song of the Moon. If you already have the candy, that's really the only way you can get through this reasonably. The exact opposite of what they said it was designed around. The New Year's jellyfish kind of sucks. I mean, it is a beautiful fish, but you only get one. What's the point? It's not New Year's. It's not like a New Year's thing if you only have one lantern. Like, imagine going to a parade and there's like one float. It's not really a parade. It's just a float. It's dumb. It seems petty to complain about that at this point, considering how bad a lot of this other stuff is, but it was still kind of dumb. Yeah, I expected them better from them too. That's another part of this thing. This was a game that was good. This was not an exploitative game. That's why I think a lot of us played it. This game didn't feel like a lot of other mobile games where you just feel like, oh, yeah, we're gonna just abuse you and that's gonna be fine because you know, we don't care about you. They're like, oh no, it was a good game, and then it suddenly stopped being a good game, and that is not a good feeling. On a parade, but just to float. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of the fish in the game aren't really super fun unless you have a lot of them. So, of course, they take away the ability to make a lot of them. Like, one of the things that every event, somebody has a favorite fish, and on Reddit, you'll see people buy 100, mistletoe oarfish, or they buy 100 snow globe turtles. You don't have the option for that in this event. You can't pick favorites. It's random, and there's a maximum amount of them anyway. Sucks. Ugh. Oh, did you miss the Christmas event? That's a shame. It was a good event. I'd say you could get the things next Christmas event, but I know that's probably not the case. Sigh. That's another part of this event. Everything that I used to tell people, I used to be like, oh, it's no problem. You'll be able to hoard candies so you can get them for the next event. Oh, it's no problem. Even if you don't have any candies, you can just use Song of the Moon. You can get it pretty quick. Oh, even if you miss an event, you'll be able to get the things next event. Nope, all of that is wrong now because they don't want you to have fun. That's really all there is to all of this. They don't want you to have fun unless you pay. And even if you pay, it's really not very fun. It's just bad. Now I gotta do the Christmas event instead because Christmas one. Oh yeah, that's true. Like I've always been saying, Christmas event was perfect. All they had to do was add the coral reef thing into a minigame like the toy train. The Christmas event was so freaking good. I would be evangelizing this event so much right now if it was anything like the Christmas event. Like that's one of the best things about this game, in my opinion, was the consistency. You knew that the next event would be sort of like the last one. You knew that we used the currency from the last event. You knew that you would be able to do the events. But now you don't know that anymore. You don't know anything. You can't expect anything to work ever again. And that's just really cool and great and fun. So the sad thing about this awesome router that I got, so I can limit my devices. I can be like, okay, 75. Are we not gonna come back? Is that what we're gonna do? I think it's back. Thanks, Mediacom. Mediacom knew I was talking about how bad their service is. They're like, no, we're gonna cut them off. Let me say again, $80 a month I pay for this. I pay for this actual garbage. Less than 1/20th of what I'm paying for is what I'm getting. And it's taken over 2 weeks at this point. I started having this problem 2 Sundays ago. Before Crisis, before this event. I mean, just use Knox App Player if you absolutely can in any way, shape, or form. But, I think BlueStacks might have them. BlueStacks kind of sucks. It's very popular, but doesn't mean it's good, obviously. Can you hear that? Do you hear that click? That is the PlayStation button on this PS4 controller. I don't know why. None of my other PS4 controllers are like that. I have like 4. I mean, I could just not use it, but it's all pretty. It's a nice, like, white, like, Stormtrooper looking thing. Like, it's white and it's got black buttons. I really like the look of it, but it's all weird now. And it wasn't weird when I first got it, so I couldn't, like, exchange it. Yeah, the no theme and stuff sucks. Like, even if they fix the major problems with the event, there's so many other little things that are dumb. Like, remove the gacha entirely, there's still no theme items. There's still no hidden fish. Hidden fish, my favorite thing every event is rushing to try and find all the hidden fish. See all the things you can do and help everybody else get the hidden fish. Hidden fish, in my opinion, are the best feature of this game. Because it gives you that collection feel. It lets you like, it gives you a reason to Google the game and, like, Mediacom. Can I talk Mediacom? Okay. Yeah, hidden fish were my favorite part of the game because it gives you the reason to, like, search the game, find a community, and talk about a single-player game because you want to, like, you know, talk to everybody and figure out, oh, how do I get, you know, striped marlin? How do I get this thing, that thing, whatever? And it was fun, and it built a sense of community. I'm just gonna wait to get the Valentine's fish moved to the gotcha punch. It'll probably take less time for this platypus. It probably would. Though I don't know if that's another thing. Will these fish be in the luck shell? Because they would need to be tied to the reef, right? They've just taken all conventional wisdom about this game and spit in its face. And not in a good way. Like, it was good conventional wisdom. Like, sometimes it's okay. Like, Final Fantasy XIV, it was an MMO. The original version kind of sucked. So what they did was they took the game, they took it down, and they, like, totally redid it, completely unprecedented for a game of that scale, and they just remade it, and it was so much better. Like, if the game is bad, you know, redo the things. But when things are good, do not do. Why would you do? What for what purpose? I mean, for scamming players out of money, obviously that's the purpose, but from a game design purpose, why? I'd rather have the Valentine's Day be by the New Year's mini event. Yeah, that was funny because people were like, "Oh no, I hope new events aren't like the New Year's event because that wasn't very fun." How little did we know? New Year's event was frickin' second coming of Jesus Christ compared to this. Like the New Year's event was fine for like a mini event. It was definitely a letdown if you thought of it like as a regular event, which is why I always call it a mini event. It was like a couple extra bonus fish. Yeah, that's kind of I knew what you meant, but yeah, a lot of people assume that my name is related to AbyssRium. It's not. I've had this name for about 10 years now, actually. I guess 9. Oh, macros are, that just means like recording a set of inputs and replaying it. Knox app player lets you do it. Let me just change the title of the stream to something a bit more accurate. I don't know how long that takes to be reflected. Video output low. I know video output is low, YouTube. It's Mediacom's fault, not mine, buddy. I was streaming successfully at 5 megabits per second just a few weeks ago. And which is what I pay for this. It's what I pay for. I specifically purchased a package that will allow me to do that. But no. Not anymore. Sigh. It's okay if I post a link to a related video. I've already seen it with the turntable. You can post it, but I gotta warn you, YouTube does not. YouTube like breaks links in chat, and I don't know why. So the link might not work. Actually, I'm not sure if you can. Actually, I'm not sure non-mods can post links. I don't think there's an option for that. And I think that's been an issue before. So I think, unfortunately, I don't personally mind, but I think YouTube just will not let you. King Cold Dino Dino World will really get that in the App Store for a month to fix the game and make it better. Yeah, like some games with like major problems, they like, you know, they do a rebrand or whatever. And like, that can be great if it's like a bad game and you make it into a good one. But they took a good game and they made it into a bad one. That's not really what you want to be doing. Would it not be better as you had the option to choose what you got? Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't like Gashapon. There's no gameplay here. There's no like, oh, I want the seahorses, so I'm gonna do this thing. There's no thing you can do to get the seahorses. You just have to randomly hope that a literal slot machine gives you the thing that you want, and it probably won't. You can try a new Knox like instance, like re-download it. But yeah, you can try BlueStacks. I don't know if BlueStacks has a macro though. I just know that's another Android emulator. What do you buy with the roses? Oh, you're way behind on this whole thing. The roses let you do a gashapon spin to get random fish. Go to my go to sirtaptap.com. I have a mini guide for this whole thing, and that explains pretty much everything. I also have videos showing it off, but I would read the mini guide. The videos are the videos kind of assume some prior knowledge. I haven't really usually with these events I put out a single like brief video showing how to do the thing, and it's all like, you know, professionally, well, not super professionally, but like I try to keep it concise and reasonable and stuff. For an event this bad, I've been too mad to do anything like that, and yeah, the mini guide is probably closest to that. Hey, King. Mini Reach should have been part of the die. Yeah, make it like, that's what the toy train was like last event. This event learned nothing from the Christmas event. The Christmas event was so good. I'm sorry, I'm eating a cough drop. Well, not eating, but I've been streaming and complaining a bit much, so it's hurt my throat. It's also has kind of ruined. I was planning to get some VODs, you know, record some Let's Plays of some other games, but this has kind of like destroyed my week. I'm so glad we found the exploit though. I was really hoping we would find some way to get through the event in a non-suck manner, and the exploit is just really perfect. If you hold off on leveling the platypus, it improves your odds to use 1,000 fish. I'm not entirely sure that's the case. I was actually getting more 2017 fish because, well, I think I'd actually unlocked all of the 2018 ones. Though you can still give, I think it's mostly just completely random. I would just upgrade it. I would really just upgrade it. Because the problem with not upgrading is that the 2017 fish that are on the lower tiers are more likely than the ones on the later tiers. So if you're going to get a 2017 fish, if you're at the higher level, you actually will at least have a chance, an extremely low chance, but you'll have a chance of getting the whale, so you might as well be leveled up. I didn't play the update before seeing it was bad. I was looking for your videos. I had to boycott in the title. I was hoping it was clickbait. I'm sorry, I don't do clickbait. I wish. I was a little bit antsy on using that title, but I was mad, and it was a very valid thing. But yeah, I know a lot of people wait to check out the guide, or, you know, because of the slow rollouts, a lot of people just genuinely do not have the update before my videos come out. So I hope not too many people got scammed. If you did, if you bought the platypus, by the way, before you knew how bad this event was, you can get a refund. Go direct to Google Play or the App Store, and they will, as long as it's recent and you provide a decent reasoning, which the badness of this event is decent reasoning, they will refund it. People on Reddit have successfully gotten refunds for the platypus. Hey, Grayson. Oh yeah, they did do a bug fix. There's a bugs fix, but it's safe to install. You don't really need it though. It doesn't fix any harmful bugs. What it does is, there was a bug where they forgot to remove the bonus from the baby polar bear from the in-app purchase from last month, or from the Christmas event. It was giving double roses, so a lot of people thought that you got 2 roses, which, while not much, is still twice as good as the reality. But they decided to remove that. After all of this feedback, the first thing they do, remove something that was accidentally too generous. Amazing. Tremendous. Do complain though. Do leave 1-star reviews on both Facebook and on the App Store. Message them. Send them direct messages. They ignore. They totally ignore Facebook wall posts. So you got to send a DM. But they do read those. They do read DMs. They might ignore you. They might leave you on red. They are very rude and very bad at communication in general. But if enough people message them, I'm hoping they'll at least be a little less bad. Hey, Van. My platypus is stuck at 24 hours. No, just tap complete now. There's no such thing as being stuck. Just tap complete now. That is actually good. Just bounce between literally any 2 time zones, I think. Or any 2 time zones that are different by at least 3 hours. You can get the... But yeah, just tap complete now. You'll get the item and you won't have to pay pearls, trust me. There's actually a prompt before you pay pearls. So there's never any complete now. Even just to confirm. Yeah, they're super rude. I've always said they need a better English like community manager. Or just community manager in general. Their person is very bad at communicating in general. And they've been very rude with this update. Which is a very bad time to be rude. Oh, did my stream go down again? I hate... BDCom, please. So 3 things are taking me off at the same time now. YouTube, just a little bit. YouTube is trying. YouTube makes me mad a little bit with the demonetization stuff. And with this chat bug where links don't work right. But YouTube is kind of the least of my worries right now. Mediacom is not giving me the internet service I pay for. I pay a lot for. I pay more than double what I could be paying for service that is worse than what I could be paying half as much for. So that's great. And I'm very mad with with Cheetah Mobile mostly. Like I said, I don't think the original devs are the ones at fault. So I hesitate to say devs, but it's just the easiest way to communicate the people who made the game like this. But I think Cheetah Mobile, who are the publisher, are mostly the ones at fault for the badness. But yeah, with the time change trick, let me clarify. With the time change trick, the goal is not to move 3 hours ahead every single time, or like send it out in one time zone and send it back. Send the platypus both times, every time you change the time zone. And when the timer is over 3 hours, just tap complete now and you will get the item. It's really that easy. And I have a video showing, if you go to my last live stream, let me see what the video was titled. I actually show me doing the entire event in 2.5 hours. It takes less than 2.5 hours actually, but I was doing a lot of explaining and stuff. Oh yeah, it's one of the most recent videos on my channel. Tap Tap Fish, Valentine's event, get all items in 1 day, time zone trick. Or wait, no. Valentine's Day exploit all 2017 fish acquired live. It's a big long live stream, but I show you how to do it almost immediately. So don't be scared by the time. I actually need to edit that video because the first like 2 minutes are me like being like, am I live? Mediacom, please. I don't think they're online. They're on the... Yeah, they're... I think whoever runs that is a Korean from the original dev team still. And so they tend to operate in Korean business hours, unsurprisingly. And they're probably not on in the weekend. Which is kind of a shame because, like, their events usually launch just before a weekend. And so a whole bunch of people can't get support. Cheetah is a Chinese company. Yeah, I've heard people mention that. It's entirely possible. China kind of likes bribes and breaking laws and stuff. When I say China in that way, I obviously mean, you know, I mean the Chinese government, not Chinese people. I think that's pretty common when people say the name of a country like that. But, yeah, China's kind of rife with corruption in that regard, so it's entirely possible Cheetah Mobile is just paying them not to do anything about it. Why don't more YouTubers streaming a lot on the channel? It's a lot of interactions with your viewers. I think a lot of people just prefer to record stuff pre-made, and it does... streaming can get frustrating. As you can see with me having issues like during this stream, if your internet connection is not absolutely perfect, which around here in the United States, it just tends to not be, Streaming can be kind of frustrating. I still do really like live streams, and if my internet were better, I would do them a lot better, or more often. And I hope Mediacom will fix my stuff, and I will be able to stream more. But yeah, I think that's why. Tend to drown my sorrows in Animal Crossing. Yeah, the Animal Crossing mobile game is really good. This is such a shame too, by the way. Like, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp isn't perfect. I think it would have been better designed if it were a premium app, but for a free-to-play app, it really is not bad. And they address player concerns a lot, which is honestly surprising because Nintendo is a huge company, and you know, it's a mobile game. It's oh man, Mediacom, why? Are we back? Like I said, it cut off right when I said if my internet were better, apparently. That's tremendous. But yeah, I would stream more if my internet... They're supposed to be fixing it, I think. But yeah, the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp team, they listen to people's complaints and they improve their next events and stuff. They do a really good job. It's not perfect, and I think it would be better as a premium app, personally. But, yeah. How do you get more candy if you run out of candy? You can just message the devs and tell them that the bug erased your candy and to give you 100,000 candy. I don't oppose that method. But otherwise, all you can do is grind for 84 hours, excuse me. It costs 84 hours of grinding to get the thing, which is why I totally do not at all mind people just telling the devs to give them stuff. So I'm playing a game as well over here, and I'm reading. Stream, please resume. Is it working? Hey, son. Yeah, I would strongly recommend using Knox App Player if you want to get them legitimately, so you can do a macro. Stream complete. Oh, come on, Mediacom, please. This is why I don't stream as often as I would like to, because Mediacom is infuriating. I think Mediacom might just be getting too bad. Yes, thank you. I have noticed that my internet is bad. I've been complaining to them for 2 weeks. It's not my fault. I pay $80 for 200 megabits down and 20 up. I am currently streaming at 500 up, and it's not work. It has nothing to do with OBS. I'm using OBS. It is Mediacom. There's literally nothing I can do except beg Mediacom to actually give me the thing I pay for. I'd be like, boy, howdy, while it's in the Facebook menu, my roses died. Give me 2 million, please. Yeah, ask for... You'll need 50,000 to complete the event. You might just want to ask for 100,000. That's not an uncommon amount to have. Oh, fuck. This... Ugh. Ugh. I might go ahead and cut the stream at some point because Mediacom is just getting worse. And they kept being like, well, we don't see a problem at our end. I don't know what you're talking about. It's exactly what they sound like over the phone. Sign into chat. It actually signed me out of YouTube. That's how good Mediacom's service. There's no hidden fish. This event is complete garbage. You're a little behind on the garbage. There's plenty of videos on my channel explaining the garbage. This is just kind of vent stream for chat and stuff. There's a lot of videos on how bad it is. It's so bad it doesn't really fit in one video, and I can't really succinctly describe why it's bad. Other than the fact that the devs straight up hate us. Hey, Panda. They can't do anything to you? No. The game doesn't seem to even have... Like, no one's ever been punished, and as far as we can tell, there's no system in the game for, like, punishing people or anything. It's a single-player game. I mean, why would it? You know? There's not even really a leaderboard other than, you know, your friends list. Yeah, there have been a lot of people that, like, cheated on Facebook and stuff very blatantly, like, actually hacked the game and stuff. And as far as I'm aware, no actual hackers have ever been punished, so they're definitely not going to punish, you know, just using an exploit. There's a long tradition of using exploits in this game. How should I contact them? Always a Facebook direct message. They never read anything but Facebook direct messages. Emails too, but they never read Facebook wall posts. Moderation, no. I do have a patron, but no, you don't get moderation role for donating. Those are just people I know and trust to moderate the chat. You can get a fancy name in chat by becoming a subscriber. Or a sponsor is what they call that. But, still not a mod. Let me reminisce with a different set of fish from an event that didn't suck. Let's try some different fish. Oh yeah, remember the Halloween event? Remember how it didn't suck? That's a distant memory. That's a distant memory. Are we back? If it goes offline one more time, I think I will just stop. I just wanted to show off the Halloween fish. Just let me show off the Halloween fish for like 5-10 minutes. And then I'll call it a stream. I would like to say once again, I pay $80 for this a month. That's over $800 a year for this. I am asking for a refund, but like, Christ. Like this, I lose money because of how bad this is. Like I can't stream. I can't upload videos at a reasonable pace. It takes actual seconds to send a tweet sometimes. Seconds for a tweet. A freaking tweet. It's text. Sigh. I answered your question. I guess never mind. You probably didn't hear it because of the freaking Mediacom. You become a moderator by being trusted by me. You can get a fancy name if you become a sponsor on YouTube. It's like $4 a month. You get a fancy name, you get some emotes. Though the emotes aren't live yet, but if people actually subscribe or sponsor, whatever it is, I can put emotes in there. Yeah, I don't give people moderation just for paying. That would be a very dangerous practice. Yeah, I just wanted to show Mediacom, please. I just wanted to show, you know, what it looks like when an event does not suck. Wasn't that nice? Wasn't it nice to have events that do not suck? Like, some of my patrons are mods, but that's just because they've been with me for a long time. And usually I give people who've been patron before they were mod anyway, or reverse that, they've been mod before patron. But yeah, it's just a matter of being around, showing good judgment, not sucking, and me needing more mods. Like, I don't really feel a need for more mods at the moment. I've got about 10. And there's pretty much always at least 1 or 2 mods in chat, and that tends to be enough. Wasn't it nice when this game was a game? I remember those days. They feel like a distant memory. But it was, in fact, nice. Did we go down again? Mediacom. Mediacom, plebes. Plebes. Gooby. You got all the fishes kind of disappointed that don't really swim around. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. You kind of have to position the coral somewhere you can actually see it. But yeah, they don't really move around too much. I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. The clownfish actually do the clownfish thing where they swim around in the anemones for protection. The crabs kind of scuttle around the bottom like crabs do. But, like I said before, it'd be nice as a bonus to a regular event. Maybe next time, give us 10 fish like this, and 10 fish that swim around like normal. You know? Do you think we get to keep the platypus after the event? I don't see why we would not be able to. Mediacom. Oh, is it back? Yeah, I can't see why you wouldn't be able to keep the platypus. Okay, if it goes... excuse me. If it goes down for more than, like, 10 seconds one more time, I'm just going to take down the stream, I think. This is getting frustrating. And I know I'm sure it's frustrating to watch, too. Please don't complain about it, though, because I know it's bad. It just makes me angry. I'm quite aware of Mediacom's awfulness. But, yeah. Also, chat is a little bit behind. I'm doing the high latency mode, so it will buffer less, which I'm not sure is even helping. Okay, it's back for now, but it keeps going down even faster and faster. So I'm gonna be done for tonight. I'm gonna go yell at Mediacom for a minute, and yeah, hopefully. I would like to reiterate, I'm streaming this at 500 kilobits per second. That's lower than DSL quality, or that's about DSL quality, but that is like 2001 era internet, and it's still not. I have worse than 2001 internet for $80. I can't create the 1,000-year-old whale. I already have it. You can only make one. I already have it. It doesn't do anything different than the other whales. It's just big. He's just a big boy. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream now because the thing is awful. Wait, did I create it on video? I might have. I honestly forget. I would not be surprised if Grayson knew my videos better than I do. I make a lot of things. But yeah, I can't even tell if you're hearing this, but if you are, I have to end the stream because Mediacom is garbage. So yeah, sorry for the stream quality, but yeah, this is all Mediacom can provide right now. Hey Bacon Noob, sorry the stream. Oh, it's already dead. Amazing. Oh, $80. Delightful.